Oh, it's Linda. Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hi, David, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, good, good. Real life is just catching up on me.
How's Jane doing?
I don't know. I have not seen her. I sent her a couple of emails and have not heard back. So
Yeah.
last one I heard, she was right after Rick died, and she said lots of family. Everybody's there. I think she also had AFib, so
Mm.
she's been struggling with both her health. And then, so lots of people have been around. So I'm gonna go to the service tomorrow
Oh,
and see her.
good.
Yeah,
Nice of you.
yeah, yeah. And
Um,
next,
Go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say, in the next week we've got a group that we meet with once a month, a bunch of piano teachers that we meet with once a month that will we're gonna gather.
Oh, good.
So she always enjoys that. That always perks her up a lot to
Oh, that's
do those
good.
kind of
She probably
things.
can use it at that point.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So yeah, I was emailing everybody else in the group saying, here's what's going on. It
Yeah.
means a lot for Jane, so let's really try and make this work. And don't make a big fuss out of it because she doesn't she likes a little fuss.
Yeah.
She's of course she wants people to do, but she's not one who's gonna want a big fuss over it. So
Well, believe me, I understand what she's going through.
oh yeah. Yes,
Uh,
yes,
lo-
that's
Losing a child is, no matter what age, that's not supposed to happen.
no, no, that's not the way it works.
No.
And Rick has been struggling for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it was yeah, she's had a lot of heartache. So
Yeah. Good morning, Carol. Are you
there,
there, Carol?
yeah, she's muted though.
Oh,
You're
I
muted,
see.
Carol.
Okay. All right.
It- I know because for some reason my video echoes. Are you
Y-
getting an echo?
Are are you echoing? No, not today.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Why is that? Are you doing something different today?
Yes,
There.
I actually muted my iPad. So
Ah,
my iPad is muted, and I have the volume on my TV monitor
ah.
instead. So
So maybe
I've
that's
been
an
experimenting
yeah.
to try to remedy that.
Good. Good. Well, oh, Joanne will not be here today. Suddenly occurred to me.
Right,
I,
right.
you would think I would remember these things. So we should begin. So, questions, thoughts, reports, anything at
No,
all?
just one comment, David. I was very encouraged by your statement in last week's lesson that this could take days or even weeks or months. And I said, oh, thank goodness, because I can give myself a little bit of space there. Um,
We have to.
I'm feeling, but not to the extent that you went last week.
Yeah, that's a point that we need to keep being reminded of because it is true. We go over and over many times the same things, and we think, "Oh gosh, why didn't I get that before?" But it takes
Mhm.
repetition and lots of practice and time. And the other thing is that everybody's different. Some people learn quickly, some people take a long time. And it is what it is. Not that you're good, bad, or anything. It's just what it is.
Carol, unfortunately, I'm hearing an echo again. I might have to, sorry. Want to
Yeah.
keep you engaged with the class, but
Do you have any questions, Linda?
I don't.
Okay.
My only comment is I'm really, really enjoying going back through the beginning stages of this again. It's having Carol, I don't know if you know, I took this class before, and it's the comments David made last time about how it takes for a long time. Yeah, it really does. And seeing it again for a second time, it's sinking into a little bit different level, but I think there's still a very, very long way to go. And it's just that taking the baby steps, there's little by little,
Yeah.
it almost feels like I'm using a silk cloth on a stone to shape it and sculpt it. It's like,
That's a good image.
okay.
I like that image. That's good. So maybe I'll ask you, do you feel that you can take one more element added into heaven and earth before, and then I promise at that point to just leave it for a while and let us just practice. But would adding another piece to this be too much?
No, it's not the heaven and earth that I'm feeling really comfortable with that. That's coming along well. It's the meditation and the going through the layers,
Yeah.
where you started out with the physical, just feeling, and then getting beyond that. Well, I'm at the feeling, and still working on getting beyond that. So
You're going to be working on that for the rest of your life, Carol.
that's good to know. Thank you.
One of the things I keep reminding myself about, I mean, I have a great deal more time to practice than most of my students, but Bruce, in order to arrive at the level that he's arrived at, literally was practicing 6, 8, 10 hours a day when he was in China and Taiwan. That kind of practicing, there's no way you can match that with even an hour a day. And so recognizing that some of us are driven to do more than others, and that we each simply do what we can do to the best of our ability and progress at our own rate, and as I said before, not worry about it. But Practicing 6 hours a day does not make you a better person than only practicing a good half an hour a day. So, um, the one other piece that I was going to add into heaven and earth at the moment is a very subtle weight shift on the feet, and I think I must have talked about this in other practices with you. Um, the 2 points that we are focusing on are the bubbling well, Yong Chuan, um, in towards the front of our foot, and the other one is Shimian, which is located right at the point of the heel. And these 2 points um, really work in quite opposite ways. Yong Chuan is much more effective at um, drawing up and encouraging the rising energy. And Shimian is much more open and available to sinking the energy. So there is a very subtle shifting of the weight in order to bring the pressure towards those 2 points. And one of the things that I want to emphasize here is that we're not trying to shift onto our toes and onto our heels in a large way, but only in a very subtle way, which I will try to show you here. Um, not that way.
David, your
Yes.
screen froze up for a moment on me, so I didn't get the last instructions that you gave. Um, I'm going to try going just iPad to see if that resolves some of these issues.
Okay. Um, so I was just simply talking about the fact that we want that movement that we're going to focus on, hmm, to be very small. And now we seem to have lost her entirely. So,
Okay.
um, fortunately, I am recording.
Okay, good, good. Oh, we lost Linda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up. So I'm going to do this in a couple of ways here, but um, I am now at middle weight, and now I'm forward weighted, emphasizing Yong Chuan, and now I'm back weighted, emphasizing Shimian. Very little movement. It's not a big movement, but the movement is at the dantian. It is not at the chest. So you I know all of you know that already, that that's where we would like the center of our movement to be. But sometimes I will see people trying to shift their weight, moving from their chest, and that is not what we're trying to do. We want to move from the dantian, but it's very subtle. Do not overdo the movement. So even when um, you get to where you can see my feet, and Zoom is probably not the best way to see this, but here I am middle weighted, now I'm forward weighted, now I'm rear weighted. Not a lot of movement,
Mm.
very subtle. Now when we're doing heaven and earth, we're middle weighted as we do that preparatory or transitional movement. On one, we're going to be weighted towards the heel. And on two, towards the toes, Yong Chuan. On three, middle weight. And four, towards the heel. Five, towards the heel. Six, towards the toe. And seven, towards the heel. And then middle weight as you go into your transition. Now, one of the things also that I want to say about weight shifting is that it's not toe, heel. It's not a boom, boom movement. It's a continuous movement. It's a slow transition. So in other words, when you go from middle weight to towards the heel, it's moving onto the heel, and then you've arrived there, and then you transition to the toes and you arrive there, and then transition to middle weight. So it's obviously a continuous flow in that, but gradually shifting from one to the other, not making a quick jump there. Either of you have a question at the moment about?
No, just have to put it in practice.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay.
feel.
So let's stand up, and I will go through a couple of repetitions talking the weight shift as we do them, and then I will observe you. So you will, of course, have the video so that you can go back to referencing that if you have a question about where you want to be at what point. So stepping out and coming into your basic structure, just taking a moment to allow yourself to settle and breathe, to just land and be comfortable and aware in your basic position. And then being center weighted, bending down. And as you go into one, moving towards the heel, towards Shimiyan, and then continuing to extend onto the toes, 2, and in 3, middle weighted, and 4, towards the heel, and 5, towards the heel, 6, towards the toe, and 7, towards the heel. transition preparatory to moving. Then one back, two forward, three middle, four and five back, six forward, and seven back. And keep on going.
So David, I do have a question.
Okay.
When you're doing these shifts, you're slightly shifting and then feeling like you're getting to that point at the end of the motion. So as you're
No,
going through
no,
the
no, don't. You're not trying to get at the end of. You still have
yeah, yeah,
you're making a transition from one to the other, and making it a smooth transition and not a quick transition.
okay, because I feel like as soon as I move my intention to shift my weight, I'm already at a point where it feels like I can't go any further,
Hmm.
and so I is it just that real slow transition? Is that what we're
Yep.
looking for? Okay,
Very slow.
okay, okay,
Because the transition happens just in the end of your exhale and beginning of your inhale, and the end of your inhale and the beginning of your exhale. So it's very it is very subtle and slow, because you want it to be smooth, as you want all those transitions to be smooth. Did that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
clarify that?
yeah, a
Oh,
lot. Thank you.
okay. So do six more. Close when you finish this repetition if you have not. Okay, so did 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 you run into problems with shifting the weight? Did it make any difference in the movement of the energy? What happened with it?
A
David,
couple of, go ahead, Carol. Go ahead.
oh, I found that it felt very natural. It's not really a rocking, but that transition really felt like it went with where it should go with those movements that I was making.
Good.
Yeah,
Linda?
I was gonna say similar. There were a couple of times I really felt like I could connect really strongly with that energy with this. A couple of times I knew I was out of sync with it, but it felt like there were a few times that, yeah, it just really enhanced that energy flow.
Yeah, it does. That's um, good. Good. So, just a couple of movement things. Um, Again, um, Carol, remember that in that first uh, preparatory movement, that your arms are bending and twisting; they are not coming into center. All they're doing is you have stepped out into your basic structure, and as you begin to let the body bend, the arms bend and they twist in, which gives you then the ability to have some place to extend from as you go up. And that was one of the things I felt for both of you to think about the fact that in the preparatory movement, your arms are bent here. By the time you come to the end of one, they have extended to here, and on two, they have extended to here. That it's a continuation of the extension all the way through that. And it's subtle. It's not a big it's not a big movement that you can see a lot of. Um, and the same thing is happening in the body and the legs at the same time. I think maybe the other, also, Carol, remember that in 3, that you're sinking all the way through to this point. Then you rise as you're doing 4, and you're going to come to the qua, go around the hip, down the outside of the legs. And be careful in doing 6 that you don't bring the hands up too high. They're just trying to pass by the midriff. They're not trying to go into the armpits. So they're just coming up. So that circle is a little bit easier. If you try to go higher, what happens is you lift the shoulders and you interrupt with the flow of the energy through there. So, a couple of thoughts. Any further questions or thoughts at the moment? Okay. So, I today want to begin to look at the process of water to gas. And now one of the things I might just mention, we are seated, but you can do this, of course, either standing or seated, and it generally doesn't make a great deal of difference. Although one thing I might say is that one of my teachers, Bill Ryan, who was one of Bruce's senior instructors, suggested that the physical body is more effectively released when you're standing rather than seated. So what I'm going to look at now is essentially what you're going to be trying to do. And let's just take the tip of my nose. So if you think about the tip of my nose, probably the tip of my nose is not going to have that much blocked energy, but we'll just use it to represent something in our thinking here in our body for the moment. So when you go ice to water, you're thinking of getting the nose to relax, and your eyes are going to relax, and your head is going to relax. Something inside you is going to relax with it. And essentially, that could be something deep inside of you, even to the extent of an internal organ. It could be something deep in the center of your body. And as it releases, that relaxation is almost like throwing a pebble into a pond. Waves start coming out until finally they relax. And they go from that localized point all the way out to your skin. And that's ice to water. Now, when we go water to gas, you now have the sense that the water is changing really more like steam. You have the sense of everything, all that relaxed energy, completely losing all coherence, losing everything that binds it. The sense of it just expanding and losing all of anything, even anxiety goes away, and gravity goes away. The sense of this thing that holds it together goes away, and that energy expands until the sense of it starts to leave your nose, and then starts to leave your body. Not that you make a picture in your head or your eyes of expanding, because if you do that, you can make a great picture in your head and your mind, and your nerves can still be completely squeezed shut. So in the process of feeling it leave your body, your nerves are going to let go. And that's a very important point, because eventually it's your nerves to some degree, they could allow you to feel what your chi releasing is most about. But the essential issue is that whatever that relaxation is, you now want it to go expanded until it starts moving outside your body. And that, at some point, it's going to be going to hit a boundary. It's going to hit a natural place where it stops. And then you just let it go at that boundary until it disappears. It totally disappears. And that's the process of water to gas. So you are sitting. So just be aware of your structure. Back straight and feet flat on the floor. Your hands in whatever position you would like them to be. Let your eyes gently close. Allow as much of your longevity breathing to establish as you can. And allow your breathing to establish and begin to feel a sense of presence and awareness. And then you're going to start from the crown of your head. And when you do this, you want to always make sure you are doing the front, the sides, and the back. This process is very simple. You release all you can downwards until you come to a point where you feel a blockage. Everything's fine as you're moving down, and then you feel something blocked. And then you want to release that blockage. When you do release that blockage, you have two possibilities that can occur. It fully releases, or you reach a point where you feel as though if you do it for 5 minutes or 5 years or the next 5 millennia, that it's not going to release. And if the latter is the case, then you let the energy move to the next blocked point. If it's on the side of your head, you move on around. If everything is cleared around your head, you move down and you join the previous blockage with the next blocked point you find. And you do the whole thing over again. However, if you get to a complete resolution, where it feels like it fully released, that's great. If not, you simply let that energy move to the next place that's blocked and continue there. And when it releases, then you go water to gas. So the motion is always either around the head or body at the same level, or it's only in one direction. It goes down. You never go up. You are only moving downward, in the same way that you're moving chi. Now when you do drop to the next blocked point, you're sinking your chi, but you're sinking it at a much more subtle level, because the process of ice to water is enough to cause sinking of chi. Water to gas is when you release what was relaxed inside that blockage originally. Your object is not just to make it better. Your object is to make it over, done. So start again at the crown of your head. And let your energy drop. And first just focus on the eyes. We're going to look at a few major points that you get the idea. So ice to water with your eyes. Now, right behind your eyes is an energy gate, an energy point inside your body, which is also where the optic nerve is located. And it's not enough to just relax your eyes. You also want to relax the nerve just behind your eyes, where vision information feeds from your eyes and goes to your brain. Let that go until it finally goes water to gas. And then you go to the next blockage, which is either at the same level around the head, or it is downward slightly. Wherever you find that blockage, let the energy go ice to water. And when it relaxes, water to gas. And then keep on moving down, releasing whatever blocked point you come to. And for now, let's move on to the neck. And the main point here is at the throat notch at the front of your neck. Or the blockage could be at the back of your neck. It really doesn't matter. Let's see where you may feel that there is a blockage in your neck. There will be something around this area. Might be on the side or the back. Just work around until you ultimately find the blockage, relax it and release it. Ice to water and water to gas. As you do this, your awareness starts moving out of your head and down into your body. As you go down further, be aware of your shoulders. And relax and release whatever you find there. Ice to water. Water to gas. For right now, don't worry too much about the details. These just continue down your upper body. maybe somewhere around the middle of where your chest is. You find another blockage. Ice to water, and let it relax. And let it move to the surface of your skin, water to gas, and release it past your physical body to the boundary of your etheric body. Now, as you're doing this process, it is possible that you might experience some little emotional discomfort or pain. And it may be much more physical, or it may be much more emotional. But regardless of which it is, notice how your physical discomfort and tension is influenced by your emotional disposition. For some reason, you're angry or sad. Notice how that's affecting how you physically feel. And then go back and start from the crown of your head again. And go down to any blockage that you find. Ice to water. Water to gas. Notice how your emotional disposition affects what you are physically feeling. As you continue to do this, focus on the way in which your emotions are affected by dropping your physical energy and dissolving it. And as you begin to work through your physical body, it may take you as much as 2 or 3 weeks to work through the head and neck, and then work through your shoulders, and continue to work down through your body, which may take some time. But don't rush, and don't assume everything is released. Continue feeling down your body. And then we can close for now. Sending all benefit gained from this practice out to help all the sentient creatures of the universe. So any questions or thoughts? Some sense of water to gas?
It felt like in the closing, I could feel like what hadn't been fully released kind of did.
Good.
That was kind of an interesting energy to feel.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Well, have a great week and practice, practice, practice. This is the first class of a new session. Thank you for your payment, Carol.
Okay.
I ran out of money in my Venmo account, so I was going to bring you a check today and then did not get there. So I will bring you a check, David.
Okay.
I haven't been teaching, so my Venmo account hasn't been replenished. So
Aha.
so,
Well,
See you both next week.
good. Take
Bye bye.
care.
see you
Have a
next
good
week,
week.
Carol. Bye bye.
Give our best to Jane.
Yes, I will. I
Okay.
will.
Okay.
Yeah. So take care.
You too.
Give a
Bye-bye.
hug to Jane for me. You're Jane.
I will.
Okay.
With
Bye bye.
pleasure.